What up, dope Field G's, and welcome back to Lukegsfieldreview. I am back at it because people on Twitter always want to test my will to show them better than they can be told. So there's this firestorm going around on Twitter, and I even have friends coming to me with the same stuff about why did Matt Patricia not challenge for the supposed pass interference against Kerryon Johnson. Now let me be clear, people. I think it was a pass interference. I think that it occurred. I think that the referee standing there looking at it should have called the pass interference. But I also think that the explanation given by Matt Patricia makes a lot of sense. And given the fact of how the NFL has called the challenges for pass interference, that challenging it really wouldn't have made a difference. So if you're not familiar with the play at hand, let me do my best to show you the play at hand. Let's just take a look at what happened right here.
Just wild here in the third. Pressure up the middle. Stafford going for it all for Kerryon Johnson. Incomplete. Anthony hit.
Now, that clearly looks like a pass interference, doesn't it? And it feels like a pass interference. But the question now becomes, should Matt Patricia have thrown the challenge flag for that pass interference? I gotta be honest, people. I'm gonna say he shouldn't. And I'm not one to just defend people for the crap of it. He had no reason to throw this flag, and I'm gonna show you why. So let me go ahead and show you this example. This happened literally on Thursday. Okay? Let's watch. Let's watch. Happened Thursday.
Defensively.
Third down and 7 down the sideline. Pass is incomplete. Avonte Maddox covering Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and it's fourth down.
He never does really get turned around to make a play on this ball. You see, he's just out there scrapping, trying to do all he can. The crowd sees this. They want pass interference, but from where that ball was, it looked like a play might have been able to be made. They're going to take a look, it appears.
Matt LaFleur, fans are begging him to throw the challenge flag, and he slams it down. This will be a challenge by the Packers, saying there was pass interference. Mike Pereira, this was on our...
Now, keep in mind, people, this happened on Thursday, Packers versus Eagles, in the third quarter. The same play that happened to the Lions happened in the third quarter. This guy's hands goes to his face mask, just like that guy's hand went to Kerryon Johnson's face mask. I think both penalties are a pass interference. Let's watch.
Training tape a couple of weeks ago. There is no such thing as face guarding. So yes, you know, Maddox doesn't get his head around. The question is there enough contact?
Challenging the ruling on the previous play.
And actually, I put this play on the recent training tape. If you watch that one, I think there is. He's not playing the ball, plays into the body, significantly hinders his ability to make the catch. We'll see what they rule when they come back.
Here's the call.
After review, the ruling on the field does stand as called. It's fourth down.
Okay, people. God, I'll be glad when I'm not sick no more. Okay, so you saw it for yourself. Exact same thing. He threw a challenge flag. It looked like it was going to be a pass interference call that was going to get overturned, and somehow it wasn't. It wasn't. And the explanation given doesn't make sense. So again, for those people who are questioning this on Twitter, who are questioning this on any social media outlet, the newspaper, whatever, why didn't he challenge it? Why didn't he challenge it? It's because the NFL has inconsistently ruled in favor of this. They have not turned it over like they were supposed to. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you some more examples to show you how inconsistent the NFL has been. And another reason why I am okay with him not throwing the challenge flag there. Now we're going to take a look at a game that happened in the preseason week 2, where it was the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Washington Redskins. Now, this one really tipped the cake because I want to show you how inconsistent it is and why you're going to start to get more and more coaches refusing to challenge the pass interference, because it's too subjective. It's about as subjective as the Pro Football Focus grading system. Okay, so let's get into it. Here we go. We're gonna just watch this all the way through. I don't even want y'all to do nothing but just be in awe.
Pass on his first possession. Going deep. And a flag is thrown. Kelvin Harmon was the intended receiver.
He's trying to tell himself, just get the ball out in front of him. Let it go and get it out in front of him. You see, Harmon tries to come back to make the play. Obviously, pass interference. Good job going for the ball. Stays focused on it.
Pass interference. Offense number 13.
Now, I want y'all to take a minute to think about this for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this play in this freeze frame. How in the HELL is this a offensive pass interference? But if that's not enough insult to injury, just stay tuned, because I'm going to show you why him throwing the flag right there wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. You know why? Because the NFL is not afraid to look stupid. Let's keep on watching.
10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
I'm sorry. How is that pass interference when he's coming back to try and make a play on the ball? Jay has the most. He's trying to make a play on the ball. He never pushes the guy out of the way. All he tries to do is make a play.
Well, Jay Gruden has challenged for good reason.
I would think so.
King Ted is challenging the ruling on the field. Timeout.
I would think so.
Sean Hockley will take a look.
Now, at this point, you got to be thinking, man, damn, good challenge. Good challenge. Absolutely good challenge. They need to challenge this. Good job. Okay.
A 10-yard penalty and second down.
The announcement during the commercial from Sean Hockley, the ruling on the field stands.
I would like to know.
And yet, I got people, like my buddy, like some of the fans who are saying, why didn't Matt Patricia challenge? Ain't no telling what could have happened. You just saw here another example of them calling it how they want to. Even when you look at it in slow-mo and replay, they still said the call stands, because guess what? We can't make our officials look stupid. That ain't even worse. Hold on. Wait, just keep watching.
Know what Harmon did other than try and go and make a play. All he does is jump up in the air to try and catch the football. The defender runs through him, and they call pass.
The worst part about that play is they call offensive pass interference as if though the defender had a chance for the ball. That's the worst part about it. I'm going to let y'all keep watching.
Offensive pass interference. That's a bit confusing to me.
He is in the game now at center. McClendon going deep on his second pass attempt. And it's caught. It was taken away from the defender, Jordan Brown, by Kelvin Harmon.
I guess my question is, if you call pass interference on the one before, and he goes over the top to go get the ball this time, what's the difference?
Looked like Brown had it initially.
And he took it away from him. What a great play.
Wow.
Great concentration.
Now Zach Taylor has thrown the challenge flag.
Question is, does he have possession when he's on the ground?
Is challenging the ruling on the field.
Now, at this point, you may argue, oh, well, he did pull his jersey into him, and oh, he may have did this, and okay, if this is the point we're going to go with, right, at this point, because what I saw was a guy who did the same thing, who went up and just took the ball from the defender. But here's now the Bengals' turn to challenge it. I wonder what's going to happen with this.
Calvin takes it away from him.
How about the throw by McClendon? There's other guys there in OTAs throughout the spring and summer training camps. McClendon's been with the team for 4 or 5 days.
Months, and all of a sudden he hits the quick post. This one's a little underthrown, but I mean, he has possession of that. I don't really believe that the defender had possession at any point in time. Of course, you never know quite what you're going to get, but he just took it away. See, I think Harmon had, I don't know. After the last one, we'll let the officials tell us exactly what they see. I think that's the best way to look at it. It's a great play, no matter how it turns out.
There was pass interference by the offense. That penalty will be enforced 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay the data.
People, are you getting my point yet? Are you getting my point? They're not officiating. I have more examples than this, but I don't want to waste all your time. They're not officiating. I think they may have overturned 2 pass interference calls that was challenged out of countless others. Him challenging, yes, would it put us on the 1 yard line with 3 shots to get into the end zone? Yep. But that's if the challenge is won. If he don't win that challenge, there's a challenge that he now loses, and he loses the timeout. A same timeout that we use to burn to have 1 shot on the Hail Mary. So again, this idea that the head coach should have challenged this play, you have seen 2 examples that does not work. They're going to do it based on whatever it is they come up with. They literally have this guy walk into a tablet, put headphones on, to have somebody in New York tell him, call it this way. Here's my thing. If you're going to do that, why not just say, we'll let all the calls for that stuff come from where? The booth. Come from New York. And then have them just flat out say, yeah, we got to turn that over. That play should have been called. It should have. Now, I'm going to show you what they used. I'm going to show you what they used as an example for this new challenging of the pass interference. Just watch this. I'm going to show you what they actually showed for an example. Now, right here is what the NFL showed as an example. They showed 2 examples. The first example was what happened in the Saints and Rams game, where there was a blatant interference call and nothing can be done about it. The second example that they used was this. Let's take a look, people.
Well, I'll tell you, there's going to be lots of talk about the officiating in this playoff game with the Cowboys and the Lions, specifically about the play with 8:25 to go in the 4th quarter, 3rd and 1 from the Dallas 46. It's a pass from Matthew Stafford to Brandon Pettigrew. And I'll tell you, he had interference called against Anthony Hitchens.
Now, this is the most ironic part of all of this. The interference in this particular game was called against linebacker Anthony Hitchens. The interference that was not called in the game against the Kansas City Chiefs and should have been called was for linebacker Anthony Hitchens. Okay.
Interference called, interference announced, and then interference picked up. Well, I'll tell you, I watch a lot of football, see a lot of plays. To me, you can't pick that flag up. Hitchens was not playing the ball, shoved with his left arm first. Pettigrew came back and tried to get to the ball, couldn't. That's pass interference and was correctly called on the field.
Now, here's Mike Pereira saying that was pass interference, right? That was back in like 2015, I want to say, or 14, something like that. I can't remember right now. But I want you to understand something. I showed you an example in the Green Bay Eagles game where the guy did the exact same thing, no flag, and he challenged it. I showed you an example in the Washington Redskins games where the receiver literally fought back for the ball, and instead of it being a pass interference on the defender, they called it against him. What the hell is a pass interference anymore? This is why I don't have a problem with Matt Patricia not throwing the flag there. I'm not willing to risk a timeout for them to figure out if they want to call it a pass interference or not. They're not calling it. They're not calling it with replay right, and they're not calling it on the field right. So now the question becomes, how does that happen? And if you look at the video real good, you will notice that there's an official there with some thick glasses looking dead at it. And didn't call it. So before you start jumping down the head coach's throat, saying that he didn't fight for the team and he should have challenged it, take a moment to think about just these few examples I gave you. Okay? Take a moment to look at those examples and ask yourself, do you really think they would have overturned that for the Lions? Really? That's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss a video. And please make sure you go and check my description so you can subscribe to all the members of the DSA. And as always, I leave you with this great piece of advice. Don't be no chump. Please do your research.